Forward. Am I recorded?
No. Wait, yeah.
Ben, am I recorded? Why is your monitor so
Yeah,
bright?
you are.
My monitor's not bright, is it?
Looks like you're being flashbang.
It's because he's in the dark, isn't it?
It's because I'm in the dark, mate. What was I saying? I want to start from the beginning. Okay, so say for example you're in a situation where you're looking for a trade, and let's go about here. Right, so ignore. Just imagine that this is the lower time frame, because I don't know. I can't find any examples for you right now. But imagine it's the lower time frame, and we obviously got our entry requirement. We've got the LG and we've got the breaker structure here, right? So we know we're looking for trades at this point. Let me get rid of this. So if you come to a point where you've got 2 points of interest and they're both valid at this point. So what you can do is either split your risk. So if you use 1% risk, for example, you can put a 0.5% risk here with your stop loss there. And if that one fails, you got your entry, or you got your entry above. Oh, come on, there you go. And then you can do this. All right. So if your first one fails, yes, you've accepted the loss, but you can obviously got your entry on the second one. Alternatively, you can do this. You can just put your stop loss above that one. Obviously, your risk to reward, bloody hell, 128 pips. But your stop loss will be obviously bigger. Your risk to reward will be less, but it's a lot safer. Alternatively, you can just go for the extremes, which is what I do, which is why I miss a lot of trades anyway, because of this. I think that's an element of greed in that sense, but I just want to have the best entry possible, because if your entry is correct, when you break structure in a lower time frame again, if your entry is correct, price should not come back to your entry, so you shouldn't get BE'd really. So if you do get taken out of break even, then it's most likely that your entry was wrong. Sometimes you do get annoying trades where it'll trigger, then it'll play around a little bit, break structure, then come back and then drop again. Those situations are very frustrating. I don't know why they happen. I can't even work out why from experience. I just don't know why they happen, to be honest. But that's why I go for the extremes, because I feel like they're the most extreme point that a reversal can happen on that trade, and you just have to accept the fact that you can miss a trade in this sense. Because I know sometimes missing a trade, as frustrating as it is, it doesn't really bother me. But from what I've seen in the group, some of you get quite attached to it. So I would say, just get used to missing trades in that sense. It's not really a bad thing, because the next 1 to 10 is probably the next trade that you'll find. So it doesn't really matter missing one.
There's another thing about having split in your trades. So say if you did just have both off the extreme, you could enter both, but with obviously 2 different open lots, so half risk on both. Have one set to like 5R and the other one set to TP. So if you're not about, you can't look at your phone, you're at work. Yeah. And it does, obviously one takes a bit of partial, the other one you can just leave running. If you get what I mean by that.
Yeah, exactly that.
So they're moving to BE or whatever.
Would you not refine that top POI anyways? So Mike, what I was showing is, just imagine that this was the lower time frame. So ignore the time frame at the moment. I was just showing that when you get to an entry situation, and you get 2 points of interest to sell from, because obviously you won't be refining, as in, say for example, this is the 30-second time frame, right? I'll even write it here so whoever's watching the recording won't get confused. So imagine that this is the 30-second time frame, right? So you're not going to refine this anymore, or you're not going to wait for an even lower time frame confirmation within that. So you're picking either this one or that one. We could pick both with your stop loss above and below. So no, you wouldn't refine that situation. But obviously on the 4 hour as it is now, you would refine it, which is what I did, which is what I showed on the 15-minute time frame. Let me get rid of the brush. So the OB that I was looking and refined it to was this one. And so the full breakdown is uploaded, so make sure you watch that if you haven't. But yeah. Any other questions? from anyone.
Anyway,
Or if anyone, if anyone has any trades that you want me to go over, or any trade, if you want to share your screen, feel free.
Just,
this is your time.
Yeah.
sorry, boys. Just a quick one.
Yeah.
Let's start off with how the boys doing and whatnot. So, do you know, reference on the feedback, I obviously asked you the question about like taxes and.
Oh
like
yes, that's what I was going to bring up today's call. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I obviously I'm not in the stage yet, but I kind of like to get ahead and know the facts before obviously getting into things.
Yeah.
That's my personal, do you know what I mean, get to go. And also with like little like tricks and tips with like FTMO wise, not like, oh, you open an account like this and like that, but more so towards what we can, do you know what I mean, take into account as a student from you guys, to like obviously what mistakes you guys made and.
Hang on. No, not yet. Sorry.
Go on, boy.
Mate, I even said
I wanted to see your.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
He's in trouble, big time. Bang.
Left, right, good night.
You see
Left,
Tans
right.
flying across the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I actually want to see Tans.
Who was? You don't want to know, right? I was in the middle of the question from what you said. Last thing I heard was about FTMO, and then I got
just like a tips and tricks of like the mistakes that you guys have made that we can obviously improve on, and do you know what I mean? Just like a little advice trick. Yeah.
Okay. In terms of tax, it's a hard one because you're a paying member. I can't really say much because I'm not in a position to give you financial advice. My personal experience, what I've done is, because training is not my only income. I have a few, so it's all accumulated into one, and I pay tax on whatever I earn, like from everything combined. The best bet is obviously, I think if trading is going to become your main income, make a limited company and do it that way, and go through an accountant, because then you could just pay yourself dividends and you sort of pay less tax if you pay stuff through.
You can also get like like you just say, you can buy your computer screen, your PC, laptop, whatever, chair, desk. You can put all sorts through it. In fact, even like electricity bills and stuff like that, a bit of it, phone bills.
Yeah, because in terms of my tax, I don't really pay a lot from my trading profits as such, just because it doesn't add up to my main income in that sense. So if you've got other businesses or you're working, then it's best to obviously get advice from an accountant. But if you've got other businesses or you're getting income from elsewhere, you have to bear in mind that whatever you earn, especially in the UK, you get charged tax per tax bracket. But if you're earning trading will become your essential full-time income when it surpasses your working income. So say you make like 1,800 per month, and then from FTMO you take out a 10k withdrawal, even though if it's just a one-off withdrawal, right, it still surpasses your income. So you have to declare that, and then what it'll do, HMRC will overtax you, because they'll see that as your income for per month from FTMO, because FTMO is essentially your employer. So they'll be under the assumption that you are earning 120,000 in the year, given the fact that you've just taken a 10k withdrawal, which is obviously not the case as traders, which is why doing it through a limited company, when all the money goes to your business bank, is a bit different, because you can make all the purchases that you need through and saves from the business, and then you pay less tax on what you've actually made as net, basically.
So can you pay yourself like dividends almost?
Yeah, and there is a certain amount that's tax free.
It's like two grand.
I think it was $2,000. Yeah. So it's not great, but it's probably the best way to go about it. But yeah, that's
dividends is like 50k anyway, isn't it? And then you only pay like 10%, don't you?
You get 85k tax free without VAT, and then it's 19.5% corporation tax, and then you pay 7.9% on your personal. So essentially, if you put FTMO, so you made 10k, and then you lose 20% as corporation tax, then the dividends that you withdraw, you take 7.9 or something, 8.5, something like that, between 7 and 10, something stupid. But yeah, the best way definitely is to go through the business.
Yeah.
So basically, create a business and then hand it over to your accountant, and then just chill the bin.
Yeah, well, for FTMO as well, you can actually like invoice to a company, so it's fine that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. To be honest, I can't think of any other way to.
What, not pay tax on trading?
Yeah.
Do you know? Would like so.
Actually, no. There is a way. Sorry. You say what you want to say first.
No. Go for it.
So what I'm going to 80% of my capital is with a spread betting broker called IG, and that is tax free. The only difference is you basically get no leverage. It's 1 to 30, which isn't great. So I can only use with my capital that's in there. To be fair, it's only changed to 1 to 100 because you can upgrade to like a pro account. But when you first start off, depending on your capital, it's most likely going to be 1 to 30, which is what mine was. But I was able to use that 0.25 risk, or just less than 1% risk, which for me is not fun, but it is tax free in that sense. So that's another way to do it if you don't want to pay tax on trading.
The spreads
profits.
are awful.
No, what I could eat.
What's going on?
Donuts.
Oh, I ain't got that. Last time I got them.
Okay, I just muted that person. I don't know. I think I've muted that person.
Hans, do the spreads actually matter if you're not? Does leverage actually matter if you don't care about margin? If you're just using a percentage of your account as risk?
It limits the amount of lot sizes you can use.
Yeah, basically, it's like so in the IC I have 50k in there, but then in IG I have more in there. But my IC account can make a lot more than my IG account, purely because I use 2% risk, and for me it's more fun. It's not really about the money.
But then you get taxed high heaven on it.
But I get taxed higher on that.
So with the spread betting, there's no tax, but you're essentially limited to the amount of lot sizes, the amount of lots you can use, just due to that.
Yeah, you're limited by the amount of lots, and you're limited by the amount of trades.
Okay.
If you had a 10k account, what could you roughly trade? How many open trades could you have at 0.5% risk?
I think you'll be lucky to have one.
Yeah.
Would you really?
Yeah, it's not great. I think I'm trying to think of an example that I had. I had two trades open at 1% on 100k, and I wasn't able to place any other trade on that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you had 10k, you could probably only do like one trade then at 0.5.
Yeah, pretty much. It's so bad at it.
Tans, remember that the sort of loan account thing? Remember it was like 1 to 5 or something stupid like that.
Oh no,
we had a 100k account and you could use like 2 lots.
It wasn't 100k. It's 240. It was 240k. We can only use 0.0. Yeah, it was 0.4 lots on that on USD CAD. That was
so leverage really does matter. That's when you build a new account. That's the best way. But if you're rich like Tans, then obviously spread betting's the way.
So you don't recommend spread betting until you're rich?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean,
you're better off just paying the tax unless you're earning like.
Yeah.
Over 6 figures.
Yeah. What do you use, Ben?
I still use TMR. I know they've had a lot of shit in the past, but like I've never had a problem. But I know firsthand that a lot of people have, so I don't recommend them anymore. But
you don't
I still
fancy
use them.
spread betting then?
No, not yet.
He's a waste man.
Wouldn't you? There's no tax though. Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, because I sometimes I risk 5%. So going from that to 0.25% isn't worth it.
No.
Yeah, I think that's because that's an ego thing. It's the same with me, to be fair. Because I think that's why I don't want to use IG as much. To be fair, I don't like it. It's not nice. But yeah, I'd rather mess around with 50k and IC and actually enjoy it.
Mess around with 50k.
Do you not find it risky leaving this money in these brokers' accounts though? Because you're only insured for 85 grand?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, you
You're
don't
not worried
really.
about it?
You are protected in a way, depending on what. So with IG, I had to sign a contract with to upgrade the insurance that you have on your account. With IC, I've not had to do anything actually. To be fair, to be insured, IC, I have to admit, the normal brokers I'm not overly confident. I remember even with Axie, who I was with for 3 years, I never used to leave my max balance in there. But the only issue is when you're withdrawing it, it counts as an actual withdrawal, even though I don't really want to use it for myself, and then you pay tax on that. I've paid a ridiculous amount of tax in the past on money that I didn't really want in my account, if that makes sense. So it's sort of a hard balance to get. If that is, but no, I think with IG, I feel very protected. But you never know with brokers.
Hans, quick question on that. Do you have a plan of which one you take it out of for different reasons? Or do you, for example, FTMO, you can leave it in what you've made, right?
Yeah, so with FTMO, with FTMO, I've withdrawn everything. I've frozen this month, so I made nothing this month from FTMO, but I withdraw everything because I don't see any point of compounding that for me personally. If that's your only trading account, then obviously compounding that, taking some out, obviously make sure you pay yourself. So you remind yourself, that trading's working for you, but keep some in there just to compound as well. From IC, which is my smaller account, I withdraw weekly from that, and then IG I don't touch at all. I just leave that in there.
Compound.
And it's quite frustrating sometimes, as you got to close for news events.
Oh, on FTMO. I've not had that issue as such. It's because you just can't trade the news events.
I've had quite a few pending orders, and it's coming up to the time, so I've had to delete them.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah, it's
quite
very
annoying.
It's very annoying.
And I was, what was I trading the other day? GU or NFP last Friday, and GU went to about 5 hours. I had to close it because it was 15 minutes, and the announcement was coming out.
If you're in the trade, you don't have to close it.
Yeah, but you'd have to take SL off or TP off.
Is that the case? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you can't hit TP or SL within 2 minutes of the news or something.
Oh,
really?
So you lose your account instantly if you hit TP or SL.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's true. I've looked into that.
Oh, I just thought you can't place a trade 2 minutes before the
if
news.
You hit TP, because I did hit TP during a news event, but luckily it was 6 minutes after. Otherwise, I would have lost my account.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
I'm not sure what happens if you keep a trade open on the Friday. I don't know if it closes it for you. Or
no, it doesn't.
It might just kick you out.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't close it for you. You have to close it yourself.
So if you left a trade open on a Friday, you'd lose your account.
Lose your account. Yeah, you violated the rules.
Harsh, isn't it, really?
Yeah. But then again, it makes sense. They're also expecting people to.
But with the TP thing and SL, it happens so quick, I suppose, that news, they can't. It might have slippage, I suppose. That's why
that's the thing. That's the reason they do it, because they can't copy it in time.
Because it's just a copied account, isn't it?
Yeah.
And say if you could argue about how much profit you made, couldn't you?
Well, you don't have anything to argue because they'll just take your account off you. So basically, just follow the rules, otherwise get fucked.
Yeah, because even my trade copier doesn't register some trades on my accounts if it's during the news. To be fair,
a lot of restricted news as well, 3 times a week. Isn't it?
Yeah, with those things, I've not had any issues in terms of news-wise with FTMO. They all seem to trigger fine. I've not really had any issues with that at all. I don't trade NFP anyway, so I think that's the major news. And the whole election thing, I didn't trade during that either on FTMO, so I don't really have much experience as to what's going to happen with that.
Closing on the weekend thing annoys me.
Oh yeah, the weekend closed because my NZD USD trade that took 3 weeks, but and FTMO only caught I think 7R of that.
Yeah. Because you're in profit, that opens massively in profit on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
If it opened at a loss, I'd probably re-enter it.
But it's that's the only downside to FTMO. You can't really swing on that. But yeah,
you can't really trade Friday after about 1 o'clock.
No,
I
think Tuesday to Thursday is probably the best times to trade personally. Well, I found anyway. Any other questions? Did I answer your question, by the way?
Yeah. I'm happy with that. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Got a few more if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like reference, like obviously most of the lads and lasses in here have been or are working full time at a job, and then say obviously you want to proceed with the FTMO with like going back to taxes again. I don't know why I keep bringing it up, but it's just stuck in my head. You have to take that into account, like what profit you have gained, as well as like your annual salary from your full time work. Is that right in saying?
Yes. So in the UK, apologies if you guys, whoever isn't in the UK here, but in the UK, so you get charged tax per bracket. And that is your overall income from everything. Like that's how mine is taxed, because I'm paying tax from rent, my physio business and trading. So but that's everything into one. So I'm paying tax on whatever that is and what the bracket that falls under. So yeah, it's all added. But obviously because trading is not consistent, because it isn't consistent. It's subject to capital gains. So you basically declare, and you have to show proof of that to your accountant. You basically declare how much you've withdrawn per month. So you may overpay tax a little bit, because I've overpaid this year, but you get that as rebate anyway. So it's not really that much of a concern. You're better off paying more than less.
Yeah. And then just one last one. Yeah. Like, is there any like chance? I know I'm asking a massive fuckload of questions, but is there any chance that you guys are able to do like a quick summary of like or a video, should I say, of like the transition that you guys went through from quitting your uni or like your 9-to-5 job and then going full-time trading? Do you know what I mean? Like what process you have taken and stuff like that?
I don't think we could do. I don't think we need a video. I mean, I could explain in this call my story. I don't know, Ben. Do you want to start off with yours?
I can do. Wait. So we explain our story, or what we would do if we were starting again?
Yeah, like both mixed into one. If you get what I mean, bro.
Yeah, so for me, it was pretty much, I had an apprenticeship at the time, but I was working part-time as well in the takeaway. So what I did was drop the apprenticeship and then just held on to my part-time job when I was becoming more and more consistent. And then basically from there, dropped it all and then carried on from there. But essentially, just don't make sure you for a fact that you're going to have consistent income beforehand. Because I know a lot of people probably planning as soon as they get the FTMO, get the first withdrawal, possibly even you may get a withdrawal, you might not get a withdrawal, and then just quit the job straight away because you've probably made like 5, 6, possibly more £1,000 in that month. But you've got to remember that you guys are all pretty much beginner traders in terms of going full time, going even. What's the word here? I don't know, just becoming consistent in your own mind and actually relying on the income.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously a lot different when you need it as to when you're trading in the background of doing something else. Because in the fact that if you have your own job or business or whatever you're doing and you know you're getting income from that, relying on trading and dropping everything else, knowing that trading's your only income now, is like, that's when it becomes quite stressful. Which is why obviously Tans has the physio, he's got his real estate or whatever he's doing, properties, whatever. And it's just safer that way. If you can generate, even just like reselling and making a couple £100 every week, just to like make sure you've got that consistent income. And then going ahead with your FTMO. And then obviously once you've done FTMO 3-4 months, even longer, depends when you feel comfortable in quitting everything and dropping everything else. Or if you even want to, because if you can have passive income whilst you're doing it, then it's obviously going to be perfectly fine. Because you're not going to have to do anything like Tanz's physio business. I don't know how much he is involved in it, but we know he's not there every day, so he's doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I was to start again, I'd probably literally just find a part-time job that would pay a decent amount, whether it's takeaway or supermarket, something like that. Or even doing something like Amazon Flex, because that's an opportunity now. Which is basically just delivering for Amazon, but on your own terms, sort of thing. Well, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm not sure if anyone else has done it here, but
you don't want to do that.
Oh well. Why? What's wrong with it?
Nah, the flex isn't too bad. Just don't work full time at Amazon. That's a long old day.
Yeah. Well, the flex
is good though. Flex is good.
So if you can consistently make some decent money from that, and you can work your own hours, then you can adapt that around your trade plan. Otherwise, you're going to have to adapt the trade plan around your work, which makes it less ideal for your trading conditions. But yeah, that's pretty much what I would do. Not far from what I actually did. University is kind of a good opportunity, but then you've got your coursework and your part-time job to fund trading at the same time. So it's probably not the best idea, but I don't know. Let's see what Tan says.
Aye, happy with that. Thank you very much.
My story is a little bit because I was started when I was in uni, and I wasn't really making anything anyway when I was trading. In fact, I think I blew all my accounts during uni, and then when I left, that's when I took it a bit more seriously. I was working full time, but that's when I started. That's when my first physio business began. So I was doing that alongside. So I had I was able to deposit into my trading account every month, which is what I was doing. And I wasn't withdrawing from it for a long time because I wanted to grow it and compound it. So every month I was depositing a certain percentage of whatever I was earning. In terms of managing trading with work, it's more you have to find what time you have available, and Mike is a very good example of that. I know I speak about him quite a lot because his story is crazy, to be fair. But because mine wasn't actually that bad, because I traded Asian session only, purely because I was working from 8 to 4, and between patient contact, I didn't have the time to check my phone or have a look at trades. I occasionally did, but it didn't really work for me. That's why I was using the engulfing strategy. So whoever has used that would know how simple it is. You can plan the trades the night before, set the orders, and just let it go. I wouldn't be able to trade the way I am now if I was working full time. I would say, to be fair, I'll class myself as I'm still working. I'm still quite active in terms of what I need to do for admin, because I'm quite active with what needs to be done in my business at the moment. There's quite a lot of changes to be done, so I don't really have a lot of time on my hands to trade as such. But I work around it. For example, I only sit between 8 and 11 in the morning, which is the only time I actually want to be on the screen, have my alerts ready, and the rest I do from my phone. Once you get comfortable with from my phone or my iPad, either or works for me. But the most of the overall, like the higher time frame analysis, is done from my computer in the morning during London. And if there's a trade there, I take the trade. If there isn't, I don't really care. So that's how I'm managing at the moment. But the transition going from like learning to trade and going for full time, I made the decision when I realized I was making enough overall, not just from trading. I was making enough, which I was only looking to make two grand a month for me to consistently, for me to be happy, and I'd not have to work full time. As much as I love the NHS, I don't want to work there as a full time staff. There's too much politics involved. So I left, and then I realised I had more time to trade, more time to focus on my business, and carried on from there. But I'd never wanted to make trading my full time income, because realistically, you need a fair big account to be trading like as your main income, because it's
That's a good question, actually. How much do you think you would need in an account to actually consistently make money?
When I quit, I had 15k in my account, and I was consistently making between like 1500 plus. 1500 plus, I would say. Some months I would make nothing, and some months I would take a loss. But you just have to make sure you account for that, because I had enough backing. And I wish Raf actually joined this call, actually, because two of the boys who passed FTMO this month, one of them was looking at cars from his first. He had one trade that hit 22R, and he was already looking at buying cars. This guy still works 9 to 5, but he was already thinking about where to put his money. Whereas, like,
it's like those memes. 5 seconds into searching what Forex is.
He got very excited. He got very excited and tried to start looking for things that he could do with the money, without thinking that he's not going to make it the next month. And he didn't make it the next month, actually, because the following month, well, to be fair, he still made I think 6% or 7%, something like that. He still made money, but it wasn't the same, because in his head, I think he was thinking, I don't know what he's thinking, but in his head, he's probably thinking he's going to make 22k every single month. I mean, Raf, he's got 3 FTMOs, but he still works. And some of the hours he works is completely is stupid, but he loves his job, so I don't see him leaving. Feel free to ask him, by the way. He's happy to. I'm sure he'll be happy to reply. But you just have to be reasonable as to what is like realistic for you. I didn't have a family to support, so I didn't really have any responsibilities. I still don't really have any responsibilities. So I'm sort of comfortable at this point. I think if I had children, if I had to like pay off like I didn't have a house at that. Did I have a house? When did I have a house? Well, no, I was a year into working. So at that point, I didn't really have any responsibilities. I was still living at home as well. So I was sort of, I sort of had to work off whatever means I could live off, which wasn't very high. Just have to be realistic, and don't let, if you get like a big month, for example, don't let the ego get to your head. You just have to be realistic. And if you are going to go from quitting your full-time work to go trading full-time, make sure you have enough backing just in case you have a bad month. If you know what I mean, make sure you have enough saved that you can afford to have a bad month or bad few months, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's one good point. If you do go full-time, like what you should do afterwards is definitely one thing people don't consider often. Is that trading, that's why trading should never be your sole income, because you're not always going to make money. Even with order blocks, you could have a month where you literally don't hit that one big winner.
Yeah.
And that would result in a massive loss in that month, which is why, like Tan says, you should always have your backing.
There's one point I've got on that, if it's all right to add, Ben.
Yeah.
So, for example, you hit a 20-1 or whatever, and you're 0.5 and you make $10,000. Don't always expect that for every single one, because some of them run, people see it a lot, you get 5-1, 10-1 really quick, and then bang, you've broken even. Like, it just happens. You might have missed something above or below that it comes down to. It's important to pay yourself, and that's something I learned.
Yeah, that's a good point, So basically,
I was holding one,
taking partials and that sort of thing. Just making sure that you're actually getting money from your winning trades. You don't have to be greedy. You just need to make enough to the point where you can live comfortably first and then think about whatever later. Because as Ali says, easily, like my Euro USD trade, it was 18% up, I believe. I took 4% partials.
Is that the EU, yeah?
Yeah, and it broke even. So even though I risked 2% and I closed 1% out of 4, 1 to 4, so I got 4%, and then the rest of it broke even, and I lost like a shit ton on swaps, but I still made money off it, which is basically just essentially making like Ali says, making sure you pay yourself along the way, and get some money under your belt before you hold on trades. And obviously, if the rest of that trade went 1 to 50 or whatever, then I would have been happy from there. But from that point of view, there it is really important to just make sure you take some form of profit and not get greedy. Because if it is your full-time job or your main source of income, then it does become something that you have to really focus on, preserving capital and taking as small loss as possible and taking money when it's there, basically.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
But one thing I think me and Tans didn't mention was don't rush it. You don't have to rush into making money. Going live, you can easily, like, I know, again, with Mike, he's done what, I don't know how many FTMOs, he's probably at least 20, well, at least 10, we'll say. And back to back, just practicing trades over and over again. Obviously, he has kids and a full-time job, so you can't just put all his money into FTMO, put all his money into a live account straight away and just go from there. Like, I wouldn't say me in terms of the luxury of doing, but we had, like San says, no responsibilities, income to put into it, so it wasn't as bad for us. But there's no rush into going into FTMO, there's no rush into going into live trading, putting money into the account and starting making money. I know like everyone here is paid and invested in themselves to be in this group, but it will pay back. Literally 1 month of FTMO will pay back everything that you've ever spent on trading if you have a good month and if you just take your time with it. There's no point wasting £500 over and over again trying to get FTMO, because if you do fail over and over again, the likelihood is you're not going to be able to get a withdrawal even if you do pass. And if you do get the withdrawal, the likelihood is you're not going to keep the account for very long if you haven't consistently made that money and passed over and over and over again and had that consistency.
Yeah. That's the point, actually, because passing is one thing, but then maintaining it is something
a whole
else.
Different thing, especially when you start relying on that income. There's obviously a lot of people are probably making a lot less than 40k a month, 40k a year, sorry. So getting 10, 20k in a single month is like massive. So maintaining your emotions and everything like that is quite difficult. And then the final one is, again, don't rush into becoming full-time trading or relying on trading, because again, there is no rush. You can literally trade at any time. Mike's perfect example again. His kids, he's got a job. You can trade at any time during the day. You can make, if you want it, you can make time for it. And that's pretty much that. Like, he always says in the groups how he just spends time watching the Vertex breakdowns and stuff like that in his spare time, and the small spare time that he has. But he still managed to turn it into, something pretty special based off the results he's had. Even though the demo doesn't matter, it shows that he can trade. It shows he's got the discipline and the consistency. Now he just needs to do the real thing. Basically just take your time, no rush. Especially with the opportunities like FTMO, because I don't know about Tans, but I didn't know anything about these sort of opportunities when I first started.
No, neither did I. There wasn't any. FTMO was present. It was present.
They only went big like 2 or 3 years ago, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, I think it's saying about rushing. To be fair, when I thought I was good, I did FTMO and I did fail it.
This is was it 2 hours or 2 days?
No, 2 hours. Bloody hell, man! Not that bad. It was 20 something hours, but I still failed it because I got a bit cocky because I was quite consistent in that sense, but obviously I wasn't a good trader. I don't know how I did it, to be fair, but that knocked my confidence a fair bit, and then it made me realize I need to put more time into it. And it's one thing I keep mentioning in the psychology chat, and I hope that you guys actually listen to it, because there's no shortcut to trading as such, and I don't see why there should be. I know a lot of people on Instagram make it feel like it's, you could do it quite easily, but you shouldn't come in. I don't know if any of the new people are here actually, but you shouldn't come into this group thinking just because me and Ben or James are doing well or other students are doing well, you shouldn't expect that you'll be exactly the same. Everyone learns at different speeds. I mean, it took me a long time. I didn't make any money for the first two years of trading. I wouldn't even can't count that as trading. I don't know what I was doing, but it took me a very long time to understand how to actually trade. And I think what kept me going was I was taking small withdrawals, regardless of how much they were. I was actually seeing that you can make money from this, but you just need to better yourself. But don't expect to be on the same level as other people in the group, which is why I say you should always be selfish when it comes to trading. Just focus on yourself. I know the group chat is everyone wants to, and I think it's great that you guys share your trades, and it's great for us to see. But for you guys who, if it's bothering you, just mute the chat. If it's making you feel like you're not doing enough, or you're doing worse than expected, just mute it. You don't have to look at it. It's not for everyone in that sense. If you don't want to use it, everyone works at their own pace. There's no rush here. Obviously, we're here to support you, but our experience is something that you guys need to learn yourself. And I think what Raf said in the group chat was actually, I didn't tell him to say that, to be fair. So I hope no one took offense. But how I treated my boys was basically I ignored them for everything they asked me. I didn't support them at all. I didn't actually give them any signals or trades. I didn't even share my charts. I taught them in person. I never even showed them my screen because I don't want them to become reliant on me. And I think it all comes with initiative and effort from you guys. I don't expect to do everything very quickly because I think it wasn't quick for me. Some of you learn quicker than I am, because I know Webbo, you picked things up very quickly. To be fair, when you joined, it was crazy how quick you picked things up.
Kind of.
Everyone learns at different speeds. And you picked up order blocks quicker than I did. So, fair play to you guys. But yeah, I mean, work at your own pace. Don't rush anything. Don't give yourself deadlines as well. I used to give myself deadlines. Don't give yourself deadlines because it doesn't work. You're putting more pressure on yourself than you need. Trading is stressful, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. Why is Ben raising his hand for? Put your hand down, mate. But it is stressful, and a lot of people don't realize the psychological effects that it has. It's not easy at all. And I know that we make it seem easy, but I mean, it's not. It's easy when you get comfortable with how you're doing. Like I'm comfortable losing. That's the main thing. That's what changed for me. I'm happy taking a loss. If it happens, it happens. But you need to find how you react to certain situations. I know I'm waffling now, but I just want to reiterate that you have to focus on yourself. Take your time. No, don't rush, and eventually it will work out if you put the effort in.
Yeah,
there's only so
effort.
Much we can do.
Because we can give you everything you want, but if you're not practicing every day, well, pretty much every day, it has to be at least a good few times a week in order to become consistent. And practicing, that means properly backtesting, being honest with yourself and understanding where you've gone wrong. Otherwise, you're just literally never going to progress. You may have the strategy, you've got everything you need, but if you don't watch the videos and you don't practice it, the harsh way to say it is you've got no chance, pretty much. There's no way you can just watch the videos and go straight into an FTMO and pass. Some people do, but consistent-wise, they've probably already traded before, understanding how trading works. But if you've never been consistent and you've never been a successful trader, then you've really got to put in the time yourself and figure things out for yourself. Because, again, if I was learning from Tans, I probably wouldn't succeed just off the videos. Purely because we trade differently. Like I've got my own take on the order blocks. He's got his own take on the order blocks. We're still using the same quote unquote strategy, but we use it differently. No one taught us our individual ways of teaching it. It's just literally that's what we prefer.
It's how
based off practice. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
happy
literally
with
just
that.
developing something that works for you. Yeah.
Yeah, content with that. Thank you very much. I think I'm on the same. If I'm right in thinking, if Mike is doing what he's doing, I think I'm in the same boat as him. Dean knows me on a half decent personal level as well.
Dean's
But
a
yeah,
waste,
like, huh?
Dean's a waste man.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He keeps sending me selfies.
Nah, nah. He's a good lad to me, man. But yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Like you said, taking it slow and steady. Setting like realistic goals for myself is.
Yeah, when we say don't rush, we don't mean take your time either. It's like
yeah.
don't rush into going into like live and all the things that we said, but also put all the effort and time you can into actually.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. I'm saying like taking my time as in like setting like realistic goals and I mean not like fucking I'll have fucking a week off and then not look at Vertex or the chats or the videos. You know what I mean? Like still being able to do it day by day. But not rushing like you guys said. But yeah,
I recommend taking a break.
It depends. If it's getting too much for you, then absolutely. Sometimes coming back to it is the best thing to do.
I mean, James had a 6-month break last year. It was crazy. He actually went silent for ages. I remember like telling him off because he was being I wish he was here, but he was recording. But I remember telling him off because he was being like wuss about it because he had a string of losses for like 2 months or so. Then he had a very long time off. He wasn't active at all, and he came back and he was solid when he came back, to be fair. But I guess it depends how long you need.
I mean, like over Christmas, try and like.
Oh, I take time off. Yeah. 2 weeks off.
There was a quote the other day that it was like, if you want to trade for a living, don't trade like you have to make money by tomorrow, or something stupid like that. It's all a slow process. It's not like.
That's like any business, isn't it, really?
Yeah, but once you make it to the level where you are consistent and you have enough money to consistently live, it's slowly just going to scale up, and then before you know it, you'll be richer than Tans.
Yeah, I'm better looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy.
That's the thing. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be like particularly good. You just have to be consistent and disciplined.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Get a grip, Shadow. Crying because you have to work outside in rain.
Not forever.
Dean, are you going to bust any more pipes today? No, this week, sorry.
You won, man.
The guy ain't even here.
Imagine you hire these guys to do your like work to your house, and he's like crashing pipes all over the place.
Making TikToks.
That's it. You get too much time on TikTok. That's what it is.
That gang.
To be fair, his last video did well. I can't remember which one. The one that jumping over on a roof or something. But Sam was too short. Is any other questions?
I'll have a laugh.
Any questions from anyone? Why is Ali the only one showing his face? I swear I don't know what half of you guys look like.
Jeez. You don't want to know, bro.
I'm a female.
Yeah, man. I'm a female.
Oh, wait, is that your new chair?
Yeah, it's decent. Same as you, boy. Is yours grey?
No, mine's blue.
Oh, no.
I didn't realise Ali was that fit.
You got a discount.
Oh, no. Ali, he's going to get in your DMs now. Watch.
Yeah, Reading boy. Yeah.
Wait, Dean, send him those stickers that you send me on on Telegram.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure about that, boys.
Ruben, can you stop
looking at that face? Looking at that face, I might have to.
All right, camera off. Safe, boys. Now, I think that's the other thing, Tans, on people like getting in your head and stuff. Don't be fooled by like people posting 30 to 1. So I might get a 20 to 1 on the EU, but I might have taken 4 losses, which is stressful and are wrong. Yeah. Just because we post that doesn't mean we've got it perfect. Like anyone in the chat, I'm sure.
I think everyone hides their losses, don't they?
Oh, 100%. It's a mental thing. Like people are like that. But it's good to admit, like, yeah, we take losses or whatever. It's part of the strategy. You're not going to hit everyone.
That's
if you
the
do,
thing. Yeah,
you're richer than terms. So bless up.
I think Ben's richer than me, mate.
I reckon he is.
Ben's a money man.
He owns half of Hong Kong.
Yeah, word. His uncle's king of Hong Kong.
It's facts.
It's like 0.01%.
Oh, Ali, you're being caught. Someone said you look like a roadman. That was
Roadman. Who's this?
He's got to be in Woodley.
Wow. Right.
He sounds like a roadman as well.
I'm taking my IP address down.
Yeah. He's a wannabe. He
looks like Jay Gooden, doesn't he, Dean?
Yeah.
Don't know if that's a good thing.
He's going to turn off his camera now, so he doesn't.
Yeah, good looking fella.
No, thank you.
He's doing the nervous swing. Look at him.
I don't know what anyone
got
looks
a
like.
rage
I'm getting
on.
like it's like
But at least he's showing his face here. At least he's showing his face.
no face, no case.
Unlike the rest of you.
Yeah, Dean, what's going on?
Dean, have you still got braids in your hair? Are you going to take them out?
No.
Oh,
That's an Oxford Road thing.
the guy looks like Dean is an Oxford Road guy. He definitely is.
way.
Yeah, the guy, the things that he messaged me, he definitely belongs on Oxford Road.
Well, Sam's literally just off of Oxford Road, so I suppose we are both just off of Oxford Road, yeah. So we could be Oxford Road boys.
Oh, dear.
Nah, Sam's the guy behind. Oh, what's that gym called? Oh, Ali, what's that gym called?
Which one? The gym or
Global Gym?
Scouse Lane?
TNT.
The one by the Asda.
Fitness First.
Oh, yeah.
The meathead gym. The steroids gym. Yeah, that one. That's where Sam
Fitness
is.
First, isn't it?
Is that what it's called? Nah, it's not.
The one by Prospect.
Yeah, that's the one. The one where Dean climbs the trees to watch kids.
Prospect.
Yeah, I did see it Saturday.
Go there to get raped.
That place is scary, man. That place is scary.
Yeah. All right, we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Unless there's any other questions you guys want to say. Any other questions? How many bends do we have? I saw it. We've got 3 bends now.
That's what I was thinking. I know there was 2 bends. I didn't know there was 3. Oh.
2's company, 3 is a crowd.
It is a crowd. We need to kick one person. Might as well kick Ben Chung.
You were just about to leave it up, Ben. You were like, "Oh fuck."
If there's no other questions, wait, hold on. When's our next call anyway?
Well, one thing to know: we're probably gonna skip the next call, just because it will be pretty much.
That's Christmas weekend as well. To be fair, so
neither of us are going to be trading. So
enjoy your time with your families.
Yeah.
And we'll be back on.
We'll do the one after New Year. So we'll skip the next 2.
We're not doing a daily call. Is that not a thing? Or we?
The next call will be on the
7
10th.
days of Christmas for birthdays.
Oh no, yes, yeah, Advent calendar kind of thing. Right, cool.
Oh, I didn't open my advent calendar today.
Yeah, what have you got?
Nah, I got Reese's.
Berlin.
Nah.
Yeah,
Reese's.
the next call is going to be the 3rd of January. Just as the market stop picking up again, and then we'll go from there.
Sound. I'll put a message out so everyone remembers. There's a message in the chat. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Ben, what are you doing with that raffle thing that you talked about?
Yeah, what's the raffle thing? What's going on?
We're doing 2 giveaways. Oh, we might as well say.
I like it.
Yeah, so
you haven't explained it. Even I don't know.
Yeah, I've told you. We're doing 250 for members only, and then
we are doing that. Okay.
250 to the public.
250 a ticket.
Nah.
It's not a raffle, mate. It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway.
And then you can join the public one as well. So potentially you could win both.
How do you enter then, or do you just?
We'll release it sometime this week.
Okay,
so,
lovely.
Yeah. It's probably going to be the standard like, share, comment, whatever.
Oh yeah, trading challenge.
I'm going to rig it so I win myself.
You can get a giveaway bot in Discord and it does it for you.
I shouldn't have said that.
Ooh, good idea. Vertex going to be doing Amazon.
Anyway. What was that? Eventually. Possibly. I mean, we've got James doing it as well, and Nick.
No way. You've started a pyramid. What's going on?
It is a pyramid scheme. That's what Ben wanted.
Affiliate, man. Yeah, man, that's the way to go.
Two marketers to go about my course. But yeah, anyway, we'll be back in the third. We'll see what happens on
there. What happened to the trading challenge, Ben? That's what's been asked in the group. I think
we'll start that again in the new year. We're going to do one trade one trade rather than 2 and 3 trades because that was too long.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours long.
I think with how dry the
we'll have one person
are.
in one trade, so it should only be like 10 minutes for that single trade. So we should be good.
I got a hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually sent it out. You know what? I didn't even ask you if he sent that. I didn't follow up. Wait, did
Tooney should have sorted it, but I'm not sure he did. So I'll chase that up. But I'll see. Let's hear it.
Tooney.
No, I ordered the hoodie, but I didn't get it still.
Okay. Tooney's not even here. It's because his missus has been staying around at his.
Hopefully for Christmas.
Yeah. I'll get that sorted.
Basically, Ben has just scammed you. That's what happened.
You didn't pay to begin with.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, you'll get scammed at some point.
Yeah, you've already been scammed. You're in here. Look at you.
And
guys. So
yeah, Ben, whereabouts are you from?
Newcastle.
UK.
Hong Kong.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Fair play, man.
Can you tell by his voice? So shit.
No, it doesn't sound Geordie, does it?
I'll hide it. I could easily put it on.
Right.
Wait, Mike. Mike, can you turn your mic on? I want to hear your voice. Are you worse than
so sus?
Oh no, I want to see if it's worse than Molly.
Oh yeah.
I need to know.
Is he even there? He's probably got a kid jumping on his head or something.
Nah, he's just ignoring
Molly jumping on his head.
Oh, this is sad. He's gonna blank me. Let me ask him to unmute. Oh, this is why we don't like you, Mike. This is why we don't like you. Forget this guy. I don't think he's responding. Right, I will leave you guys be. I don't think there's anything else to discuss unless anyone has anything last minute. There's always something. Ali, you're normally the last minute guy.
Have a great week, guys. It's been great.
Okay,
been enjoyable.
You said what I was going to say, but yeah, have a good week, guys. If you are trading, I don't know if I will be or not. I'll see what comes up. Hopefully, a good one to end the year. But if not, trade safe and take care, guys.
Peace out.
Shalom. Peace.
Peace.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh, Mike's actually blanked me, you know.
Are you still in there?
Nah, he said something in the chat.
He's still here. Oh, my voice is a lot stronger than Mike. He's too scared.
Mike T left.
Oh, he left. He's a snake. What a snake.
Baited you hard.
Why are you guys still here? Why are you?
I'm on the leave.
Wait for you to close it.
Just asking the question. Like, we need the goodbye. All right, mate. Safe. Cool.
Fuck off, Tans.
This guy's still butthurt from what I said earlier.
Yeah, I know.
This soft voice.
Funny.
Oh, is he gone?
I'm here.
Goodbye, mate.
Bye.
Have a good night. Sleep well.
What did Chloe say, by the way?
Huh? Oh, no, because she didn't get to see this room because it just got renovated. They finished renovating today.
Oh, mate, those paint fumes.
No, it's not bad. It literally dried. They opened all the windows. The house was freezing.
Yeah?
I don't know how. They were so comfortable, though.
Nah,
and you know what? They didn't complain once.
Nah, never.
They were sick.
But never.
She didn't get to see this room. That's what she wanted to see. Nothing else.
That was it?
Unfortunately, that was it.
Go away, Chloe, go away.
Yeah, I'm going to close the door for Oh, wait, Mike just messaged me.
What did he say?
Oh, he said he was middle of cooking.
What a bitch.
What a waste, man. What a waste, man. He doesn't need to feed his kid.
Yeah, what's that about?
That's not important.
That's what breastfeeding's for. No Rahul on this one. He went.
He never joined. I didn't see him join, unless I didn't admit him. But no, he didn't join. He would have kept messaging me constantly if I didn't admit him.
He's hurt as well.
Probably. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah. Oh well. It is what it is.
It is. Yeah.
Right. I'll see you later, bro.
All right, guys. Take care. Whoever's left here. Thank you.
See you later.